Did you know that living in Ireland is becoming increasingly impossible for many people? Let me take you into the heart of this struggle. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's hitting home for many why living in Ireland is becoming impossible. Grab a seat and let's jump into the reality many are facing. First off, let's talk about housing. The first thing on people's minds is often, where will I live? In Ireland, that question has become complex. Why? The cost of housing has skyrocketed. It seems like every year prices go up and up, making it harder for regular folks to find a decent place to live. Imagine trying to save up for your own home, but the price of houses keeps climbing faster than you can save. Many young people are feeling the pressure. They want to leave their parents' homes and start their own lives. But on the other hand, they are faced with rent prices that make their eyes pop. Looking for an apartment can feel like looking for a needle in a haystack. More people are forced into smaller spaces, and some even have to share a bathroom just to afford rent. That's just not right. Now let's talk about jobs. Finding a good job is always a challenge, but in Ireland, things are getting trickier. Sure, there are opportunities, but the competition is fierce. With so many people looking for work, it can feel like you're trying to win a race where everyone else is already ahead. Imagine sending out dozens of job applications only to hear crickets in return. It's super frustrating. To add to that, many jobs these days don't pay enough to cover those high rents and living expenses. It can feel like you're working hard just to stay in one spot. You might make just enough to enjoy some small pleasures, but forget about saving for the future or splurging on something nice. And let's not forget about the rising cost of living. Everything seems to get more expensive day by day. Groceries, gas, and even just a cup of coffee. When did a simple treat become a luxury? People are stretching their budgets and having to make tough choices about what they really need versus what they want. But there's another layer to this story. The quality of life is slipping away for many. When you're busy just trying to make ends meet, it doesn't leave much room for living and enjoying life. You work, you eat, you sleep, and repeat. Sounds exhausting, right? Adding to the pressure is the sense of community. In earlier times, people would always feel connected to their neighbors and their friends. But with the rush of life and the hustle to make money, those bonds are getting weaker. It's tough to feel like you belong when you're so focused on survival. Plus, have you noticed the weather? While Ireland is famous for its green landscapes, the rainy days can start to wear you down. The constant gray skies might lead to feelings of sadness, which doesn't help those already stressed out by financial pressures. So how do people cope? Many are turning to each other for support. Friends and families come together to share resources and tips on how to make the most out of tough situations. Community events and local gatherings are becoming lifelines for connection and sharing. It's beautiful to see people leaning on one another during difficult times, yet there's hope on the horizon. Many communities are coming up with creative solutions to combat these problems. Think about co-housing or community gardens. There's a growing movement to push for changes and fight for more affordable housing options. People are banding together to make their voices heard. There is strength in numbers, and together they can change things for the better. Education plays a vital role too. More and more people are seeking out further education or upskilling to improve their employability. Lifelong learning is gaining traction, and with the right skills, who knows what doors it could open. Also worth mentioning is technology. Technology is changing the way we work and live. Remote work has opened up new possibilities for many who are struggling with location-based jobs. You don't have to live near your office anymore, which might lead to cheaper living costs if you're willing to move. Climate change has also nudged conversations about sustainable living. There's an increase in awareness about the environment and how our choices impact our communities. More folks are seeking eco-friendly options and considering how to live more sustainably. As people embrace these ideas, communities can grow stronger and healthier. Now, let's circle back to the question: why has living in Ireland become impossible for so many? The answer is multifaceted, a mix of rising costs, job struggles, and a slipping sense of community. But don't lose hope. As people come together to innovate and support one another, there's a chance for change. The struggles may feel heavy, but every challenge also opens the door to potential solutions. By looking out for one another and sharing experiences, life can start changing for the better. So, while the road may feel bumpy, we have to remember that we're not alone on this journey. Keep your heads up, embrace challenges, and find a way to uplift those around you. Remember, it's the connections we make that can help us overcome tough times. What are some of the challenges you've faced or solutions you've found? Let's share ideas and support each other. What was your favorite insight? And what challenges have you noticed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested in more real stories and experiences like this, follow for more.